new dreamers who stopped by Dawn Dares to Dream to see what we're all about today. Well, let me take a minute to explain to you what I like to do here on my channel. To be honest with you, I really love inspiring and motivating adults to dream again. As we go through life and things happen, we take on our different roles, we tend to put our dreams on the back burner. And as a result, we never achieve them. But here at Dawn Dares to Dream, I'm here to help you pick those back up and inspire you to accomplish your dreams and goals. Today, guys, we have a special topic. You know I love my topics. Today, we're going to talk about your voice counts. Your voice matters. Lots of times as we go through life, we tend to think our opinions don't matter, what we went through doesn't count, nobody wants to hear it, or maybe no one will believe us. But that is simply not true. Our voice helps others. Telling our story and what we went through enables others to understand that they are not alone. They can see an example right in front of them of someone who survived the same type of trauma that they did. They can also now see that there's a way out. Lots of times there are people in our lives that are going through different situations and they don't always tell us. We don't know what's going on in their home. We don't know the trouble they're having with their children. We don't know what they went through in their past. We don't know what their childhood was like. And because we don't know these things, we don't share our information because we're not sure if they're going to be able to relate to it, if they're going to understand what we went through, if they're even going to validate it. But the key is, someone's going to understand. The right person needs to hear your story. When we keep our stories to ourselves, we prevent other people from growing and moving on. You don't want to prevent someone's growth, right? Of course not. Neither do I. So I decided to be more open about my beliefs and what I've been through to see if there are others out there who could use some motivation to overcome what they're going through. And you can do the same. As an adult, I've had many friendships, some that still stand today, some that no longer exist. But the one thing I can tell you about friendships, we don't always open up. We don't always let the other person know what's happening in our lives. That is why I have chosen to speak up and to speak out so that people know what I've went through, how I've overcome, what I did to overcome, the belief system that I'm holding on to that has enabled me to overcome. They may need to hear it. I have had many friends who've gone through things in their lives and I didn't know what they were going through until it was over. And I'm like, wait a minute, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't I know? Sometimes people are just ashamed of what they're going through and they don't want to share it. And that's their right. But what I'm saying here is if you open up and you share with your family and friends what you've been through, you may just be able to help get them out of an extremely negative situation. One additional thing that I found, the more that I open up and share who I am in my past with others, it allows them to open up. And they realize that, oh my God, okay, so you weren't always this person I see today. Because what people don't understand is we've all been through things and we've overcome things, and they see who you are currently and they have no idea what it was like prior to you stepping into your purpose or stepping into the new you, and prior to you taking ownership of your life and deciding that you were going to change it. They don't know that person. All they know is what they see in front of them today. And that person is great and awesome, but you may not be as relatable as you think you are. So when you unveil and remove that shield and that protection and really open up to the people around you, they begin to go, okay, so the things that she's telling me and the advice that she's giving me, it's founded advice from founded experience because she's been through circumstances just like me. But when you don't share because you're embarrassed of what you've been through and you're ashamed of what happened to you, you prevent others from benefiting from your experience. Telling our story can also be extremely therapeutic for us. I know when I talk about my past and how I grew up and the things I went through with my mother and my father really not being there for me, it helps me. Now, it helps me in a couple of ways. It helps me because I'm able to talk about and release some of that pain, hurt, and trauma just through a conversation. It also sometimes makes me realize, hey, it really wasn't that bad. Because sometimes you will talk to someone else, and as they're relating to you, they're telling you their story, and they've been through things a little bit worse than you have. And it makes me stop and say, you know what? I thank God for what I've been through and where I come from. It may not have been all roses, but at least I didn't have to go through XYZ like my friend did. And it's not that I don't hurt for her or him, but I'm glad that God didn't put that burden on me because, as the scripture says, he's not going to put any more on us than we could bear. And they survived their situation and I've survived mine. But I'm not only just a survivor at this point in my life, I'm thriving. And what my goal is in sharing with others is to show them they can thrive too. Because lots of times we have just been through so many things that we just kind of go through life on autopilot because of what we've been through. And I'm here to say you don't have to do that anymore. You can stop in your tracks and you can say, you know what? I conquered that. I made it through and I'm not ashamed. And I'm going to help people who've been through the same thing. And we're going to work together and they are going to overcome as well. They are going to thrive as well as you can thrive. And the irony about thriving is the more you help others and the more you share your story, the more you personally can really thrive in life. Because when you open up to others and let them know what you've been through, it validates what happened to you. Because I believe we are attracted to people who've been through similar things in their lives. And that's why we have the bonds that we do with people. Now you're getting to see inside that person. And when you see inside that person, you're seeing inside yourself because we attract like attracts like. So lots of times the women in my life, I will tell you, have been through similar situations that I have, whether it's been childhood situations or the same kind of difficulty with their mother or same situations at work and we can bond on that, or in our relationships with men, we've gone through similar things. And it's like, wait a minute, we've been through all of this stuff that's similar. The reason why that happens is because like attracts like. And as you share your stories with one another, what ends up happening, it gives you a place to heal. So say you haven't healed from your past pain, hurt, and trauma. Relating to others about your situation and their situation shows you that, okay, I can heal. I don't have to hold on to this. Now, whenever something comes up and you want to talk about it, you have a person who you can relate to, who can be your confidant because they now understand. Because everyone in your life isn't going to relate or understand what you've been through. So it can be difficult to communicate. I found that as a child, I wasn't able to communicate my pain, my hurt, my trauma to my family members because they weren't in similar situations. And as I grew up, I made friends that I was able to relate to. And it's so funny because some of my family, my cousins, I'll talk to about things that I've been through and they'll go, wow, I didn't know you were going through that. Wow, I didn't know it was that way for you. And they didn't know because I didn't share. And I didn't share because I didn't think they could understand or help me. We were all children. But now as an adult, we attract people who've gone through similar things, and it's time to open up. It's time to get your feelings validated so that you can acknowledge what happened to you. You can forgive the ones who've hurt you, and then you can let it go and move on and live that life of your dreams. Healing is important, and that's why your voice matters. As you speak up, the more you impact others, the easier it is for you to heal. If you like this video, give me thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment and let me know how this material related to you. And share this with your social media family. They may be able to benefit as well. And if you've not already subscribed, my face is going to be up here in a circle. Click on that, select the bell, select all, and that way you will get notified of all the new content I put up here to YouTube. Have a great day, dreamers!